I have a Greg Hoyt on the line.
Okay.
That was born at Fort McClellan. He's got something he wants to say.
Okay, good. I was done, so take it over.
He's coming on.
Hi, my name is Gregory Hoyt, and I was born at Fort McClellan, Alabama in 1967. My dad served there for 2 years, worked on base. He was an Army sergeant, and so he was exposed to the toxic triangle there at Anniston with Fort McClellan and Anniston Army Depot, which was a transport in a major base in the United States. And I listened to Ted Methin talking tonight and so on, and I do and am support and with the Facebook groups. In fact, I have my own group. It's called Children of Alabama Health Forum.
Okay.
And so it's Fort McClellan Alabama Health Forum, excuse me. And so if I may make it clear on some of the items you talked about, one of them being that around the bases that they're all toxic or this and that. Yes, some were, and in fact Agent Orange, the leftover Agent Orange from Vietnam and Korea, was therefore used by the military around on the bases, and then and that was stopped in 1979. So, but it's been a matter of buildup over 100 and some, almost 100 years at Fort McClellan, because the base actually opened in the late 1800s. It was called Camp McClellan, or it had an earlier name than that in history. But to get back to Ted, which I fully support him and behind him, I can tell you, based upon what I know, is that it is a toxic place. People don't need to be afraid of it. What we need to do is get the word out, and we need a health registry for those veterans and children like myself and families that may be incurred because of the Agent Orange exposure.
How's your health?
Well, sir, I was born there, and nothing came about until about 1986, where my health really started deteriorating. I became very ill, and I've been ill for over 30 years. I'm almost 50 now, and still alive. And my dad's still alive. He's had a lot of health problems. But I have medical records to prove all this. And,
I'd like to jump in here if I could. This is
yeah, go ahead.
Yes. You know, I've always wanted to have someone. We're running out of time here tonight.
Yeah, if I can say one more thing about Fort McClellan.
I'm not going to cut you off here. I'm going to let you, say a couple more things, obviously. But what I would like to do is I've always wanted to have, some of the children on, and I'll hear you call. Would you mind doing a show? Since you obviously
I will. I already have it on Veterans News Radio before in February, so I'm familiar with the radio.
Great.
Let me say this, and this will clarify all of it. Fort McClellan was the only base in the United States that had live agents, which makes it particularly different than any other base in the history of the United States, as far as I know when the base was open. And that's why it's been so carefully covered, closed up, and done as described. And everybody can look this up, Google it tonight, and look up Fort McClellan.
Fantastic. Was that a yes? You would be willing to come on the show and talk regarding from a child standpoint, one of the children?
Yes, and I can give you a little bit of his. No, I'm not going to give you personal information about myself, but I'd be willing to tell you what happened to me in certain years and board and care and the health I've been through. I'm fully disabled today, and I still am. I don't work, and so.
Fantastic. Greg, I want to thank you for coming on. We have your number here. Rhonda will be contacting you.
Thank you.
This is the other part of the story that I've always wanted to, get to,
Yeah.
And thank God you called in. I that's what we're about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me make one thing clear. I am a very proud American, and I support the United States of America. Don't get me wrong. I support the United States Army today. In fact, I have 2 nephews in active duty, so.
Hey, we all support them. We just want to make it right.
Right.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You see, I am one of the children. I was too ill to ever serve, but I have a long history of military service in my family. In fact, my grandfather was a World War II decorated officer in World War II in Korea, and so on. So I'm not going to get all into that, but
well, we'll get into it in when you come on the show.
Okay.
Ron, you've got his number, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank
you'll
you,
be
Greg.
All right.
Thank you much. Boy, am I glad he called in. You know, I mean, that's been, out of all the people that we've had on the show, you know, we're always hearing from the veteran himself, you know, and you hear, you know, we've heard it from the people that, you know, like, you know, Ted earlier said, you know, he mentioned one part, you know, when it went to the children, then it's gone to that, and, you know, their children, you know, well, where are these children? You know, I want to hear from them. Here we got one. Fantastic. So
I've been speaking to one of the Agent Orange, third generation. She'll be coming on the show. She had a setback yesterday, but I will be scheduling her in the near future.
fantastic.
So I'm working on that. And I've got Greg. I've already got him.
Okay, you've got his number?
Yep, I got it.
Okay. All right, Ron, turn it over to you. Whatever you got to